You have yellow hair.
I do. I do.
Took me
It's
a second.
yeah, it's really hard to it, my hair changes every day.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Did
Of
you watch The Office?
course I did.
Yes.
Of
You
course.
never know. You know when you make an assumption like that, and then somebody's like,
What are you talking about?
yeah, and you're like, I think we're done talking.
Like that show was a large part of my life.
Yeah,
A very
it
large
was
part of
it was
of
80% of my humor for about
yeah,
five
same.
or 6 years.
Yep.
And then I
Absolutely.
think You Should Leave took over when I met Patrick.
Makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Hattori, welcome. Well, I don't know, I'm welcoming you. Internet, welcome to the Hattori Jeremy show,
That's
also
right.
known as They Can't Be Bangers, also known as Gardening with Gary. Do you remember that bit?
I don't.
It's
Garden.
I was I was editing because I'm way behind on editing episodes, and we had a whole stupid thing we did on Gardening with Gary, and we
I
talked in soft
literally
NPR voices.
don't remember this.
I didn't either. I only I don't remember because I was listening back through.
Oh God.
It's a good thing we didn't get that episode out because the
Yeah, maybe we'll just keep it that way.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now I will edit this out and no one will ever know. And yeah.
Yeah.
They Can't All Be Bangers. This is a show where the illustrious Hattori and I, Jeremy Herzer, we try to write a song in the space of a week,
Yeah,
and then we unleash them on the world
we do. Whether they want it
over
or not,
TCP/IP.
it's happening.
Hattori, how was your week? You were sick last weekend, and I was sick the weekend before that, so it
Right.
was a whole deal.
Been a thing. And I actually am still a little sick. I was supposed to have a show yesterday in Boulder, but we got snowed in. Like this
Oh,
record-breaking snow. And I was really, it kind of worked perfectly because I did not have a voice yesterday.
I see.
And today it's like it's not all back, but I have another show tonight that I was hoping they would cancel.
Damn, dude.
No, but they didn't cancel it. So as far as I know, I feel like we still have time for it to be canceled. But regardless, I'm ready. It might just be a little bit husky, and that's
You
fine.
looping?
I'm looping. I be looping.
What's cool is you get to then choose what key essentially,
Yeah,
right? You're starting in.
I can do whatever
There,
I want, which is great.
I've noticed some of these songs I've written, I'm like, that was stupid. Why did I write it in that key? So I've actually tuned my acoustic down a half step for all my acoustic shows now because I'm like,
That's the
I
way
don't
to
need, ain't no Rambo up in
do
this mug.
it. But
Well, that's awesome. You got shows galore.
I do. I do.
What a
It's been
great problem.
it's a good problem to have. I feel like I'm getting more and more used to the looper and I'm getting more like yeah, it's just experience. Like once you've done something,
Hmm.
you start to notice the little things that you can tweak and then make it better. And I feel like every time I do a show, I'm like, I can do this instead and make it slightly better. So I'm just like up in my game every time. At least that's the hope. I can't tell if you're frozen or if you are very good at staying very still. I think you're frozen.
I was I was having some latency and I turned off my VPN and
Boom.
Zoom, the computer lady did not like that.
Did not like it. Well, okay.
Hattori, I think I went first last week. I don't remember.
Is the
And
recording
and
on?
recording is back on.
Okay, cool, cool. Cool, cool.
By the way, on that note, not the recording note, but I hosted songwriter night last night at
Yes.
Smead's Pub,
Uh-huh.
and no one showed up. Or it was Thursday night. No other performers showed up, so I had 2 hours, and I was like,
That's
oh,
fantastic.
bam. Well,
Oh,
yeah, but
well, see, I would have enjoyed that. That's a full Jeremy Herzer show, but
well, you would have heard some songs twice. But here's the thing: is I was looking at my set list, like, damn, I know I could have sworn I had more songs than this. And I went yesterday and was looking through my Logic folder, and I was like the last 4 weeks of songs totally left my mind. I was
totally
like,
agree.
oh, I forgot. Yeah. So I
Yeah, I
went.
thought that I'm a very prolific songwriter.
Well, I went today because a couple of those I was like, oh, these are great open mic songs. So I went today and I wrote them all into my set list so that
Sure.
when I approach next month, I will look at those and go, oh shit, I need to learn that song. So I
Right.
remember how it goes. So it was kind of funny though to realize like, oh, there's like 20 minutes of 30 minutes of music that I
forgot.
totally don't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So, I'm happy. Yeah, I can't remember who went first last week.
No,
Okay.
So what do you feel? What are you feeling? Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
I am excited to share my song with you, so maybe I'll just go first. How about that?
Yeah, I'm so
okay. So, Hatori, this here song, I will share my sound. This here song, I started working on it. The day I started working on it was Pretend to be a Psychic Day.
What? That's incredible.
A week ago or so. I can't remember what day it was, but the day I started working on the kind of the concept of what it was. So this is another song I wrote from starting with the Prophet. There's no acoustic guitar in this, so I don't want to call it a trend, but we're getting weird with some things, and I hope you like it. It's called Oplichter, and I'll tell you what that means.
What?
I'll tell you what that means afterwards.
Okay.
That's all right. Can you hear this? You heard that? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Just beneath your trembling voice, drift within the hands you fold. I hear voices from beyond. I've discerned the mind of God. I'll give you electricity if you just open up to me. From the stars to your heart, pulling light out of the dark. There's a meaning in it all. Hear the power as it calls. Let me pass, let me in, let me commune, let me win. You can trust me, I'm the one, and you're the voice telling you to run. I can tease apart your dreams. I can tell you what they mean. I can show you who you'll be, and I can bring you to your knees. You need only to believe, and I will set your spirit free. Be the vessel of my gift, and give your inner life to me. From the stars to your heart, pulling light out of the dark. There's a meaning in it all. Hear the power as it calls. Let me pass, let me in, let me commune, let me win. You can trust me, I'm the one, and you're the voice telling you to run.
Oh my god. Oh
So,
God.
Oplichter means grifter in Dutch.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
not to make any true believers feel judged, but that's what came to mind when I thought of pretend to be a psychic day. So
That, oh God, it's so good. Oh, okay. Oh my God. This is fleshed out. This is a full production. And sorry,
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. No, I interrupted you. Please.
I'm in love with this. I feel like it's not what I've heard from you a lot, but it's like still very Jeremy Herzer. And I don't know, there's something about it that feels like, oh my God, I'm trying to think of a reference here. God, I will think of it later. But there's like a few major like songwriters that this feels very
Justin Bieber. I get that a lot.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah. No, it's so good.
Thank you very much.
This feels super authentic to you. Like it's just, it has all like the Jeremy signature moves in this, but then like that whole end part where there's that very like echoey
yeah,
like that's so good.
Thank you.
So good. I feel like you built it into this world that you got lost in, you know?
Well, yeah, so it that album we were talking about, Albaros.
Yes.
Right. The second track on there, Hey No Pressure. So that album was produced by Jim James from My Morning Jacket.
Oh.
And it's very different from everything else Ray LaMontagne has done. And easily my favorite record of his. Because I liked Ray LaMontagne, but when I heard that album, I was like, oh shit. Like, this is cool. But that track really weirdly, I was listening to it a few weeks ago, and I felt like it liberated me. Does that make sense? Like in terms of, I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want.
It's like you opened up a new vessel.
Yeah, it really felt
exactly what this feels like. And I listened to that specific song quite a few times.
Album. Yeah, it's a great track. There we go. Something was there's a long reverb tail that kept like building as you were talking. It's coming back through somehow. But yeah, one thing I did want to, the Prophet has been really a fun, let's see if I can find, there's one part in here I wanted to show you that I had a really good time with. I think it is these three here. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing. There's a bunch of knobs on here. Some of them do things when I turn them and some of them don't. So I spent a little bit of time turning knobs and finding things that worked, but this was kind of fun. So if I look at these two. And I found one that I turned the tempo on and the other one that I didn't. And it just like there's a million little things like that nobody is going to hear, but it was like just really fun to kind of build this whole soundscape. And then getting back in here, into this whole section, it was like I layered, I think, 4 different slide guitar parts.
Oh, the guitar, my God.
And and I'm not gonna lie, there was a part where I was tracking the solo, which I don't really think of myself as a lead player. My wife came in and asked me a question, and so it was like 5 or 10 minutes of conversation that I checked out of the song, right? And then I went back to listen to it. I was like, holy shit, I played that. It was a weird, like very gratifying moment. I was like, I literally didn't think I was capable of doing what I just did there. So it was kind of fun.
It like really has so much like attitude to it. And I don't understand lead guitar at all because I can't play lead. I can't play guitar, but like the lead guitar thing is like, I hear like all the great people talking about it and like attitude and like, and I'm like, I don't know that, but you did it. It's insane.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed, I mean, it's no flying feast, but I had a good time with this. I am surprised it's 3:24 because to me, it kind of felt, I guess maybe I've just spent so much time working on it. It felt like a longer song, you know what I mean? So I was kind of worried about, but I was trying to think of like another vocal layer to take it to another level, but like, I don't know that it needs that. It was just fun and gratuitous and,
Oh, it feels,
you know,
it feels complete. I think it feels like a full production, a full story. Like it's very easy to get immersed in.
love it.
This is just like, it's dope. The topic is amazing. The lyrics are incredible. I think the grifter, like that's, I love that kind of stuff. You know that. I write
Yeah, yeah. I know. I thought of you. I thought of playing
yeah.
God and yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I just, yeah, I love this so much, and I want to listen to it again. Like,
Awesome.
that
Well,
is-
thank you, Hatori.
Oh, so good. Another band. Oh man, once again showing me up.
No, come on. Come on.
Okay, listen. So it's been a week, right? It's been a week.
Indeed. Indubitably, as the kids say.
Inevitably, it has been.
Hatori, I like the yellow. I like the blonde hair, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, I've liked all the colors, but now that you're back full screen, when you went from little screen to big screen, I'm like, yeah, I like the blonde hair. It's a good look.
It's kind of in process because I'm thinking of doing something with the roots, but I haven't done that yet. So hence the hat.
I like it.
But you know, it's every time I go blonde, which is actually surprising. It's kind of a lot actually.
Huh.
Over the course of my life, I always think of like growing up, people would always, like everyone would always tell me, don't ever go blonde. Don't ever do it. Like you're Asian, don't do it. And I'm like,
What?
oh yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
It's a real thing, but like I don't know if people just felt very free to tell me what I should not do, which I think was hilarious. I have an inviting personality. I think so. People are
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to tell you just this unsolicited advice, and just like out of pure, you know, pettiness, I went blonde. So
I love it.
blonde. I'm like, hey. I know, my mom. I know that she hates it. She hates
Come on, Naomi. On.
I'm just like, what you gonna do, mom?
Naomi, we need a high five on the blonde hair, Naomi. Come on.
Come on, Naomi, get with the times, okay? Anyway, okay, so how do I show? Oh yeah, here. I forgot how to use Zoom.
Same. It always takes me 10 minutes.
I have done, so this one I started like after noon. This was, you know.
Oh shit, today?
Yeah, today, because I didn't have a voice yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sick, you know, I'm not feeling great.
Well, my facial expressions were not any kind of judgment. You would know this just for anyone to listen. Not any kind of judgment. It's more like I'm excited because I always think there's something beautiful in this simplicity of like a really hard, fast deadline. It's kind of amazing what it produces.
I mean, that's why it is. I mean, it's guitar and vocals, baby. That is all it is.
It'll be great. It's all I need from a Hatori show.
You know, and I went into it knowing like I don't have time to do all this. So it was actually pretty freeing to be like, I gotta this progression and I gotta just do it, you know. And yes, as if you're watching this, you know, later, which they will be, because I'm not gonna post this video for a very long time. It was election week, and so
that's right.
I don't care how you feel about that, but I wrote how I feel about it. So
what do you have a working title for this, or?
I don't, because
Okay.
I literally just wrote it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think that there's a lot of thought that went into this. It was just more like I'm gonna sing what I feel, and that is how it's gonna go. So
yep, I'm gonna feel how I feel.
I'm gonna feel how I feel, and I'm gonna write about it. So here you go. I no more words for this.
All
Here,
right.
just listen. Oh, hang on. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay, here we go. What do you know?
He said the writing's on the wall that's standing proud and tall. I know There's nothing to read between the lines. They say just what they mean this time, we know. Maybe there's a place for me, an empty seat at the table of the feast. Oh. But they pulled the rug from underneath my feet and threw me out into the streets. Now I know. There's a sickness in the air, a whisper in the ear of my neighbor now who fears what I might be. There's a killing in their stare and curses in their prayers and an iron cross, but the Savior is missing. It's a hell of a drug. You can never get enough when you make someone your enemy. It's a tale as old as time. We end up back here every time, but I'm a fool to keep hoping you'll see the human in me. I see the way you hold your breath when you see me walk into the room. Eye for eye and cheek for cheek, holy words from a book you'll never read. Oh, there's a sickness in the air, a whisper in the ear of my neighbor now who fears what I might be. There's a killing in their stares and curses in their prayers, an iron cross, but the Savior's missing. It's a hell of a drug. You can never get enough when you make someone your enemy. It's a tale as old as time. We end up back here every time, but I'm a fool to keep hoping you'll see the human in me. I'm a fool to believe. What a fool to believe. Only a fool can believe.
That's it.
Oh, you say that's it. That's like I just had a 6-course meal at the French Laundry with a handmade 80% raw cacao truffle with cinnamon and French sea salt sprinkled across the top, and he goes, "That's it."
You know what's so funny? Somebody recently brought up the French Laundry, but it was called, and they called it the French laundromat. And like that's kind of like what it is in my head now. Like if I ever that's
I have been to a Parisian laundromat. Hatori. Hatori. Banger lyrics. Banger lyrics. Love this melody.
Thank
Love the guitar playing.
you.
And Hatori, you got to do a TED talk on how you got that vocal sound.
Oh
Because it
God.
was right here and I effing loved it. I felt like Hatori was singing right into my eyeballs.
That's good.
It
It's
was so good.
very, very short reverb.
Was it was exactly what it should have been on this song.
Thank you.
I loved this song. I loved kind of I loved everything about it. I think there's nothing lyrically that I'd be like, you know how, because we're making demos, and there are often times where I can speak for my own songs where they're like, yeah, I might come back to that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, a placeholder, right? So I didn't feel that way about anything in here. And the fact that you started this, I don't know, 3 hours ago or 2 hours ago or whatever, 4 hours ago, blows me away that you're able to produce something this cohesive and this poignant and this poetic and also this complete.
Wow.
Because it feels like a really complete set of thoughts to me, and also very. Krista and I were talking about this. Duncan Sheik?
No.
I am barely breathing and I can't find the air. It's like a 90s
Very familiar.
pop, 90s pop guitar dude.
Mhm.
And all of his great songs have some, like there's one song, She Runs Away. She runs away. Killer song. He has a line in there that says, happiness ain't never how you think it should be so. And I'm like, why did you subject the world to that absurd? You're an asshole for putting a stupid line like that in an otherwise great song. So I've been reflecting this whole week on like stupid lyrics. And so to sit and listen and consume this and feel like everything here feels curated and part of a cohesive whole, Hatori,
Wow.
loved it. It just stands out to me specifically this week. I just think this is great. I think the lyrics are great.
Thank you. That's high praise. That's high praise, especially since like I haven't really had the time to like think too much about it. It's just been like writing, I just kind of pump it out and hope for the best. And so I was definitely expecting to be like, I'm gonna change some stuff, but
I don't think, well, in my opinion, you don't need to. And again, I don't pretend here that you're like writing the new Declaration of Independence or whatever, right? I know, but this, I feel very clearly like I know what you were. And that is the beauty of poetry and good songwriting, right? It's like I saw me in here. And I think I saw Hatori, but I don't know, right? I don't know exactly. But there weren't lines in here where I was like, oh, huh. It just kept me going from section to section, and I really liked it.
Wow.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And your chords too, like I love how simple this was, but how evocative the whole thing was. And I like the effect on the guitar. And again, your vocal presence being like just right in front of my face was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate this. I don't know if you've ever heard the song Iron Sky by Paolo Nutini.
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure half of that was real. You just
So
we're speaking in tongues.
I know Paolo Nutini. Oh my gosh, is he Scottish? I think he's Scottish. Yeah, and he has an amazing voice that I think you would really.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Very raspy.
Great hair.
He has great hair. Yeah, he's beautiful. Yeah, you're right.
He's got his shirt open, like at Bonnaroo or wherever he is. Like,
cover it up,
come on, Paolo. Come on, some modesty, Paolo.
I listened to him like when I was like in middle school and high school.
Okay.
Like, he had some bangers. But Iron Sky is one that keeps coming back in like when there's like political turmoil.
I see.
All the time. But this song kind of has like that same vibe. You should listen to that song.
I'm going to.
Very good.
Iron Sky, Paolo Nutini.
Oh yeah. There's a lot that just so
my new music crush.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Hattori, you should be very proud of this song. And no one else will know, know this, but like to have done this in 4 hours or whatever this is, like to me, it's a testament of your not just your talent, but the skills we both have curated, but like in this case, you have curated, like
Working hard.
you nailed it.
Thank you.
It's a great song.
I think I'm really gonna polish this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to spend some more time, like very carefully picking notes and sustains specifically vocally. Because at first that chorus, what is it? It's a hell of a drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
I first wrote it like it's a hell of a drug. And not like, and like I feel like it made a big difference to hold out that note.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to play around with the rest of the song to see if I can get a little bit more meaning out of it,
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, one other note, by the way, or one other observation is for you to say, "Oh, I don't have much of a voice," like still your voice is so good.
It kind of added a little bit of like just a little bit of tension that I was like,
really enjoyable.
Thank you.
Really enjoyable.
Very cool.
Wow, what a banger.
We did it.
I know you do a lot of looper stuff, which I think is incredible. And I admire that a lot with great intimidation and trepidation. I'm hoping for have you seen the True Detective season 2? Maybe we've talked about this before.
I haven't. No.
There are a couple scenes in this bar. It's like a smoky, seedy bar where this skinny chick with too much eye makeup on or whatever. It's off in this like shitty Formica corner, and she's playing these like songs that make you want to cut yourself. So that's the extreme version, but I'm waiting for the Hatori version of like
that's right up my alley.
Right? Where I get to go to the high dive or whatever. And I'd get to drink scotch at the bar and watch, and I don't know how, because you can't do this anymore, but I would smoke in this story. I would just I would smoke at the bar on the high dive and listen to Hattori sing these down tempo, contemplative songs.
Ruin your life? Yeah, absolutely.
This one, Money. I know you've written a couple others this year that I'm like, there's a catalog of songs there that are like,
oh yeah, the stuff that you run away from, right? The stuff that you go to a bar to avoid it, and then somebody sings a song that's oh, this is gonna ruin your night.
Yeah,
that's my style, baby.
Yeah, you've got insecurities. Listen, yeah,
so good.
Yeah,
this was lovely. I cannot wait to re-listen to your song again.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel the same, Hattori. I think it's honestly a really like beautiful, haunting. Everything about it was especially, it's getting cloudy and misty here in the Pacific Northwest. So like your song is like cloudy, misty music. So I'll listen to it when I'm looking at the creek down there.
I love that.
We did it again. We proved that although they can't all be bangers,
most of them can be.
Yeah, most of them can be. There's like a 0.01% quality assurance quotient that the federal government requires that you not produce a banger.
Yeah, that's right. You're just following.
As long as we get one a year.
I don't make the rules.
We talked over robots earlier about sharing an album recommendation with each other. What do you think about that? Do you have thoughts about that, or do we want to?
Love that idea. Love it. Yeah. Do you want an album right now?
I do. Yeah, and I have one. I have an idea for you.
I don't quite know which album I'm going to give you yet, so give me a minute.
Okay.
But oh my gosh. Oh wait, no, I do have one. I have one. Hang on. One of my all-time favorites. You go first though, because I have to find it.
Okay. I wrestled with this a lot because for anybody listening, I think I've heard songwriters talk about this where they're like, I have a buddy and we send each other songs to rhyme, and I sent her Biloxi. That's not what I'm into, right? I'm more into like,
Yeah.
what are the raw materials that are gonna help Hatori create something unique and beautiful? Not like, how can I stump Hatori?
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're for me, I'm for you. We want to
Yes,
create good art, not to make each other's lives miserable.
right.
This is great.
So the album I'm thinking of, I think this will be a fun listen. If you haven't already listened to it, is called Morning Phase by Beck.
Ooh.
And he won a Grammy for this record in 2015,
Oh, I'm very excited.
album of the year. He beat out Beyonce,
Wow.
Sam Smith,
Wow.
and
Can you send
Pharrell.
so
Yes, I will.
mess it up?
So you might listen to this album and hate it, Hosanna, and I apologize if you do, but it's one of my favorite records. So
I'll probably not hate it. I also just appreciate music in general. So there's very, 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 very few songs that I actually genuinely hate.
most of them have been on this podcast. I'm kidding. That would be funny if you.
It's yeah, I
Most of them you have written.
I hate, and 2 of them are yours. That would be the worst. No, absolutely not. Okay. Do you want to listen to the deluxe version or just the regular version?
The deluxe, for sure.
Okay. Okay. This was the most transformative album of my entire life.
Oh, okay.
But this is what taught me how to think as a producer, not just
Okay.
okay. It's The Golden Echo by Kimbra.
Kimbra, I've heard you talk about her a lot.
She is my teacher. Like she is, yes.
Golden Echo.
I will send
I gotta find deluxe though.
Oh,
there we go.
Got you. Truly formed my life.
Oh, this is 2014 as well.
Oh, hey,
Came out.
love that. Love that. It is a journey. This album is a journey.
I can't wait.
It's gonna, whoo, I hope that it blows your mind.
How could it not?
There's so
Hatori?
detail in it that, and there's, oh my gosh, you should look at the collaborations on this. Like they're not really listed, but the people that she worked with on this album is pretty crazy.
All right. I'm sending you, I don't know why it's taking so long, but I am sending you Morning Phase by Beck. I should acknowledge, by the way, that everybody says the reason Morning Phase won a Grammy is because Beyonce split the vote with, I want to say it was Pharrell Williams, but I could be getting that wrong. But I don't care.
Who cares about that?
I thought it was a really good record.
I'm so excited to listen to it.
I think we both hit towering home runs, and
yeah,
the fact that people haven't sent us a lot of money is on them, really.
It is. They just don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Pity.
So Naomi, when we start our Kickstarter, Fund Me, whatever they're called, Naomi, we're gonna need your help.
Drop kick me. Yep. I'm gonna start a fundraiser called Drop Kick Me.
Oh, I love it. Oh, all right.
Oh.
Jordan sighting. All right, buddy.
This is wonderful. Cannot wait. So good.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Next time. Bye-bye.